This lens was sent to me by a company called FunLeader, and it was made in collaboration with a company called ArtizLab. Now this is the ArtizLab Classic 35mm f1.4 for Leica M-mount. This lens is inspired by the Leica 35mm f1.4 version 2 from the 1960s. So this will be a first impressions video. Basically, I'm just going to talk about the lens, what comes in the box, and give you some sample photos. I will do a full review in about 2 to 3 weeks when I've used the lens for a bit longer. I don't like doing reviews when I've only used the lens for 1 or 2 days. And I've been quite busy over the last couple of weeks because we've got a new puppy and it takes a lot of time training the new puppy. This actual photo here was shot of our new puppy, and this is wide open on the lens at f1.4. As you can see, it has a very classic look. Before I talk about the lens, let me show you what comes in the box. Obviously you get the lens and a metal lens cap. Put that away over there. I'll put that out of the way. And then you get 2 extra items in there. You get a lens hood and you get a filter. I'll talk about the filter later on because it wasn't what I was expecting, but we'll talk about those items a little bit later on. This is a 35mm f1.4 lens for Leica M-mount, obviously. At the front, you've got your aperture ring, which has these wings either side, so you can change the aperture, and if you can hear that. They're quite solid stops on the aperture ring. And then you've got your focus, which closest focusing is 1 meter, and it goes all the way to infinity, and it stops at infinity. Unlike some of the other lenses that I've reviewed in this price bracket, they go past infinity a little bit, so it does make the image a little bit soft, but this one does stop hard on infinity. At the bottom, you've got a focus tab, and it has an infinity lock. So I'm in infinity at the moment, and I can't refocus. I have to push in the button to refocus. Now, the focus ring is a little bit tight. There's no rough spots in it, it's very smooth, but it's a little bit tight, so I'm guessing that will loosen up over time. As you can see, there is a beautiful piece of glass at the front. Nice big element there. This lens has no filter thread, which I thought was quite bizarre. In the box, you get, I'm gonna put that there. I'll move the camera out of the way, I'm gonna put that there. You got this lens hood, and then you've got a filter, which is there, a clear filter. Now it doesn't attach to the lens, the filter. It won't attach to the lens because the lens has no filter thread. What you have to do is unscrew the hood basically, and the filter goes in there, and then really nice thread, really well made. Now the hood has these 2 buttons, you can see there, and you just squeeze them together and on it goes. There it is. It does look really nice in there. I don't like to use hoods like this because I find they block too much of the viewfinder. So with me not using this hood, I have no filter on the front, and that front element, I don't know if you can see on that camera, is quite close to the front edge. It collects dust quite a bit, but we'll see how we go. This lens is inspired by the Leica 35mm f1.4 Summilux version 2 from the 1960s. So it does have some character wide open. What I've done, I've got over here, I think it is. There it is there. I've used this, which is my color checker, which I use when I shoot red raw. And I've put this on a light stand, and I've taken shots of this color checker from 1.4 all the way up to f16, which you will see now. And those photos will be in a Dropbox folder, and a link to that Dropbox folder will be down below in the description. So you can download them for yourself and check them out. I also forgot to mention, all of the photos were shot standard JPEG. So if there's any color shift or contrast or anything, that's from the lens, not from me editing the files. It's just standard JPEG straight out of the camera. This is a photo that I shot with the lens wide open at f1.4. Now this is a training ring for the puppy. As you can see, it's very sharp in the center, but it does have a nice glow to the images. And this was shot wide open. I was really impressed of how much sharpness is still there wide open, especially when this is inspired by a 1960s lens, which they had a lot of character wide open, those lenses. So I think it does a really good job, and it's a very affordable lens. The price will pop up here somewhere in US dollars, and I'll also put a link to their website down below so you can check out the lens for yourself. Before I show you some photos, which I took the other day while I was wandering around, I want to show you this lens compared to a couple of other 35mm that I have. there. Okay. So this is the 35mm f1.4 from ArtizLab. This is the 35mm f2 from LensLab. I absolutely love this lens. This lens is on my camera all the time. Well, it was on my camera all the time. Because I'm now going to show you how small this lens is compared to, which I've just received this lens. This is the latest version of Leica's 35mm f1.4 Summilux. And you can see there's a big difference in size. This lens is also 12 times the price of this lens. I probably will end up doing a quick comparison between these two lenses because I'm quite interested to see what these lenses look like when they're wide open and also when you stop them down to about f8, f11. So yeah, there's a big difference. I just wanted to show you that. This lens looks really nice on the M11P. Now I obviously have the black paint M11P. This is a lighter version to the silver M11P because this has an alloy top plate and the silver one has a brass top plate. I don't know why they did that because you'd want this one to brass. But anyway, who knows what Leica does sometimes. It does balance really well on the black paint M11P. It might be a little bit light for the silver version. I don't know because I don't have one at hand. I did notice a difference though when I picked them up in Ginza. There was a Leica store in Ginza and I noticed quite a bit of difference. I do like the weight of the M11P black paint. So you may have to take into account this will be quite a light lens on a heavier camera, but it does balance well on the black version. So here are some photos that I shot down at a local marina with my M11P and this lens from ArtizLab. Most of them were shot wide open. If they were not shot wide open, I will put it down below the photo so you can see at what f-stop this lens was shot at. This doesn't have any 6-bit encoding, so the camera doesn't get any information from the lens, so you have to be aware of that. And also, if you want to see more photos from this lens over the next few weeks, you can check out my Instagram. I actually picked up quite a few followers after my last video, so I put up photos nearly every day and stories and reels, so there's a link to it down below and you'll actually see it scroll here somewhere, I think it is. So if you want to check that out, please do, and follow me on there and you'll see more photos taken with this lens over the next few weeks. And like I said, there will be a full review video coming out in about 2 to 3 weeks on this lens after I've been using it for a while. So that's it for this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it, and as always, thank you so much for watching.